Grab your snacks and secure your seats. It's all happening live, right here, right now. Buckle up because the action is about to kick off.
Boom! Here we are for our last session of the day. Welcome into the World Curling Tour channel on YouTube. We are John and Pim, we are Curtia TV, and we are presenting the Belgium Men's Challenger this weekend. And this is it. I was so close to getting through that without fumbling. Draw number 7, the last of our group stage rounds. We've got a doubleheader going on right now on the ice. We've got here on the broadcast, we have Bjørke, Team Bjørke from Norway going against the PTSE Men from Hungary, however you want to pronounce that, whichever language you use. And this will decide who is going to play in the 5th place match or the 7th place match tomorrow.
Yeah, and there is no special prize money for that, so the actual thing the teams are having to figure out is who's going to get up early tomorrow and who's going to get up a little later tomorrow, because that's the only thing that's kind of a difference. But yeah, there's also, of course, the honor of being 5th instead of 7th. Looks better on the final ranking, being in the middle of your group there. But would you want to go like 5th over 7th, or would you like to snooze for another 2 extra hours and then come in and then play at the same time as the final?
I think I'd want to get up later. I think I'd rather sleep in.
Okay, I can relate. Yeah, well, the other team, they get to play their match and then relax and watch the final. So it's kind of a win-win for both here. But before we kind of tap into the details of the game, for people tuning in late in this event, this is session number 4 in a streak of 4 just for the day. This is already the 7th game in our series of 9 for this event. So we're kind of closing down on the group stage. This is the final 2 matches of the group stage. The biggest question has been answered: which teams are getting into the knockouts. But before we get into that, people tuning in late, we are the Belgium Men's Challenger World Curling Tour event. 10 teams, 9 nations, and a lot of Scandinavian Nordic nations. We have Team Bjørke from Norway, and then we'll have Team Westerberg from Sweden, Team Hannen in Finland, and then the neighboring countries from Belgium, Team Ross from the Netherlands, Mercier from France, and Team Geising from Germany, already on their way back to Germany. Spoiler, not a spoiler.
No, they're leaving tomorrow morning.
Oh, they're leaving tomorrow morning. But yeah, they left the building, so that's kind of left the event. And then 2 Belgian teams and Team Shu, the intercontinental team, and of course the Hungarian team, split it in 2 groups. Group A, strong team. Team Shu, strongest team so far. My opinion, they have 4 wins, 0 losses, and pretty solid wins so far. So obviously moving on to the knockouts. So this Hanninen, 2 wins, 2 losses, but they won against Mercier and Dalla, kind of having those tiebreakers. And John, what happened in Group B?
Yeah, so far, Team Verreken taking the lead. They've won all 3 of their matches. They're the other match playing tonight against Team Ross. Team Ross has unfortunately not won a match. They've been competitive in all of them, but unfortunately just coming up a little bit short. They're going to try to spoil Team Verreken's perfect record here on their home ice. We're going to see how that works out. We'll keep you up to date. You have Westerberg. Their only loss is against Team Verreken. They played a difficult match on our previous stream against Team Verreken. Things just weren't going their way, just off by a little bit, but at this level, those little misses can really add up. So, they had a chance to swing things their way in the second end, could have completely changed the outlook of the game, and unfortunately didn't, and Team Verreken was able to kind of cruise to that one in 6 ends. Bjørke and PTSE Men sitting equal 3rd in this, so no tiebreakers available yet, but they are playing head-to-head, so the winner of this match will be 3rd. We'll get to play the other 3rd place team from Group A in the 5th place match. The loser of this one plays Team Dalla in the 7th place match at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So, but if Team Ross manages to win here, they might have a tiebreaker, but I think they've lost to both Bjørke and the men and PTSE, so I think they lose their tiebreaker, so I think they're just playing for pride right now.
Yeah, correct. And Team Vreken, they already the winner of the group. So for Team Ross and Team Vreken, nothing more at stake except for this last and final game. A little bit of honor, and also beating Vreken is always something pretty nice to put on your portfolio as a team here in Belgium on their home ice. But yeah, as you said, it boils down to this. Tomorrow, the gold final. We don't know that roster yet, but we do know the semifinals. On the left bracket, we have Team Shu playing against Team Westerberg, and the right-hand bracket, Vreken against Haninen. They will decide who is getting into the final. For the people who watched last year, Vreken Haninen sounds familiar, looks familiar. It was the final of the 2024 Belgium Men's Challenger, so that's a repetition and an opportunity for Haninen to wipe the history. They're
get a little bit of revenge, get something back, take that next step, over them. So yeah, that'll be an interesting thing to look out for tomorrow morning.
Definitely. And yeah, so as John said, we are Kurdia. For people that are less familiar with the type of streams we do, we are the faces of our own YouTube channel, and we are kind of the faces who host and co-organize these events. And the good thing with our kind of streams is we also have chat open. So we have a little error in chat. I think we are being spammed by our most famous spam bot, Tuur, the goat in Belgium, is here present. He was traveling back from a ski holiday all day. I wonder if he's in Belgium already. Maybe he stopped at a McDonald's place somewhere along the road. But at least Tuur is joining in. I hope a lot of people will be tapping into the stream to watch. If you have comments on what we say, what we do, what we think, or just if you want to support your team, feel free to chat along, and we might pick out a few of those interesting comments there, or questions. We noticed during the events that some people, friends, relatives, are less familiar with the sport of curling and just ask like questions about the game. We had questions about what is a hammer, for instance, a couple of times so far.
Yep. So feel free to ask anything, make comments, point out when we're wrong. I am wrong quite frequently. You would be amazed. Despite being the best curler to ever have played in the broadcast booth, I am awful at this game. But you might notice these numbers above our heads. That is our picks. We do our little head-to-head competition against each other. We see who is the best prognosticator between the two of us. Right now, we are all tied up. We have 9 draws, so 9 choices, but we play with a hammer pick. So during each tournament, each of us gets one hammer pick. I've used mine already. I use that to win one and tie things up. So we are, Pim has won actual 5 matches. I've won 4, but I used my hammer already. So that's why we're level on points. I did win the last matchup. Pim picked incorrectly, so he gets to choose first this time. And I will leave it to him.
Yeah, I wanted to do this one pick where I wanted the underdog pick, the kind of odd one out, and then be right again, so I could say, well, I have a perfect streak. And even the one game that surprised, that was a game I predicted right. That was kind of my story I was building in my head, but unfortunately that did not happen. Vreken disappointed me basically once more. They didn't disappoint themselves and their fans, because they kind of wiped the floor with Team Westerberg. I thought it would have been a more balanced game, kind of they were undefeated both teams going into this game. So, but apparently Vreken, they were just the stronger team, and that showed me wrong. But for this game, must say Bjørke and the Hungarian men feels like a 50-50 game. One of those games where I have to kind of balance a couple of thoughts and arguments, but I am tipping towards Team Bjørke, still going on that kind of strong performance they did in the first game against Team Vreken, barely winning that game, although Team Vreken was just with 3 players, but still they had their best player on the field with Jeroen and Timo, so that kind of makes sense. And yeah, the skip from Team Bjørke, very likable guy. I had a chat with him. He even was here in the booth. He is the only player so far to have had that privilege. So my money and my house is on Team Bjørke, the Norwegians.
You say you sound like you're far from the mic.
Ah, okay.
But then he retracted it.
Oh,
well, I think because he spelled your name wrong, and he was just trying to fix that.
Who spelled did he spell my name
Jeff.
wrong?
He said I'm. It's probably autocorrect on his phone, is my guess. All right, so you are taking Team Bjørke. Well, I am going to counterpick. I am going to go with the Hungarian men, the PTSE. So it sounds like we talked to a couple of other players here, and they kind of gave their opinions about it. They really like the talent level on this Hungarian team. I almost called them Turkish for some reason. Hungarian team. So I am going to go with that. I think we're going to go, and they're already started the match, so I think we're going to stop talking here. We're going to bring you out to the ice, and we are going to get things underway. Let's figure out who is where they are in this. Who has the hammer? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red stones, so that means yellow has the hammer. That would be the PTSE men. Can jump over here.
Yeah, just really becoming kind of a loyal fan of the stream so far. Tapped in a couple of times.
More like a bad connection with the mic, like robotic. Interesting.
That's something I haven't heard before. I mean, I've used AI to create a couple of trailers, but I've never used it on my own voice.
How does that sound? There's a button that got pressed on the thing that wasn't normally pressed, so maybe that has helped.
1, 2, 3, test. Bleep, bloop, 0, 1, 1, 0. Do I sound robotic, or is it better? Bleep, bleep, 1, 0, 0, 1.
Why did it jump to the second end? That's weird.
Still the same.
Well, so do I sound bad, or is it really just Pim sounding robotic? Because I can just mute him and I can talk to myself the whole time. That's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, robotic. How do you solve robotic?
My mic is fine. Okay. I sound amazing. Tour, that's why you're my favorite. More oil. Trying to draw this one around. Gets it on top of the red, but I think we were looking to try to get it below the other. Not bad. A little bit of an extra tap. We do have the skips mic'd up. Let me figure out this is red. Let's get their sound out there.
For jeg får 2 dragninger da. Eller dra andre veien her. Huh?
While they're chatting, I'm going to see if there's something I can look at here. The compressor is okay. Noise compression, so you're fine. It's weird.
Yeah,
Jeg bare ser at det en drum
can't
her,
recall
men...
we changed something.
Nei,
Maybe
men
interview mic
Nope.
is interfering, no?
Nope,
spiller
that's
litt opp da.
even off.
Sånn.
Let me try this really quick. How did that work? Did that change anything for Pim? Well, Pim has to talk, but...
Well, we'll have to wait and see if this
Så jeg prøver å
did
ligge 3 her
change
målet.
something.
Ja, det det. Så litt opp I fart.
At first I thought they were
Det
kind of
jo
referring to a
sånn vi skal skyte den mellom de 2
English
røde da.
accent.
Did Shatil change positions? He's now throwing third? I'm confused. Maybe they changed their lineup for this matchup. Going after this yellow one here, should be able to pick that out pretty clean. Shooter rolls away as well. 2, 3. That was the 7th stone, so that's okay. That throws me off a little bit. I thought I counted 2 reds in the back when Shatil threw his stone, but apparently I was mistaken. Should be wearing my other glasses, maybe.
Yeah, your thinking glasses. Kind of funny how, yeah, I already had comments like, I am confused, I'm wearing my wrong glasses,
Yeah.
Where am I? Yes, a bit more quiet here in the canteen, 2 games and no more games after this, so a bunch of teams already left.
Gets rid of the red there. Rolls the shooter out though, so gonna see a draw in behind that guard. Most likely wanting to put some pressure on, force, try to steal 1 or 2 here.
Man liker det. Trå litt mindre, Herman. Du må få gjemt den.
The one thing I've noticed from
Irene,
the Scandinavian teams is, or the Scandinavian, the Nordics, yeah, because Finland's not Scandinavian. The Nordic teams is just how different their languages sound, but how similar, especially Swedish and Norwegian.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, Finnish sounds like a completely different language, different universe, but
Yeah, apparently Swedish and Norwegian people, they can understand each other because the languages are so kind of similar. Or there's also a big scratch in the eyes. Did you notice
Masse
that?
plass.
no, I did not.
I was just tilting the camera over that spot. I'm gonna try and go back afterwards, but don't know what happened there. But there was a huge scratch just in front of the hug line.
This one's curling around. Are they going to get it down to where they need it? Really working that broom hard. Oh, that's fantastic. There's the one time I get to use fantastic for this match.
We are close to the first end. You kind of held on strong.
I made it almost all the way. Yeah.
So while they're setting up, try if I can find the scratch again. Well, I have to find it during the sliding, but there was a big scratch somewhere over on the home side. Yeah, it's already a bit gone.
Sure, it wasn't just a reflection.
Yeah, maybe.
Needing to get this one in fully into the 4-foot to score 1. Sweepers are working this one hard, but it feels like that's going to come up a little bit light, and we'll tap.
Taps into red, and is it 1 or 2?
don't
Feels like
know.
it's 2. I think
It is.
it's definitely, yeah, at least 1. We don't have a kind of a visual confirmation whether that's 1 or 2, so let's hope the skips will update scoreboard pretty fast, and they do. And it's 2.
It was 2.
Oh, I
There
caught
we
that
go.
right. So a steal of 2 here.
I thought for sure that yellow was going to get all the way onto the red, and then it would have been no problem, but nope. They left it just a little bit short, and so Bjørke able to take 2, steal 2 in the first end.
Yeah, strong opener here, and I must say Bjørke left a strong impression in a couple of these games. They won. Yeah, they only lost against the 2 top teams, Verreken and Westerberg, but then they won against team. Let me recall that real quick.
Ross.
Oh, team Ross, yeah.
All right, so Lasse starting things off for Bjørke here in the second end, excuse me. They are leading
Linja litt
2-0.
tight. Litt tight linje. Ok, opp på linja da, opp på linja, opp på linja. Wow, wow.
Don't want this too deep. Would love to have it settle in on the center line above the house.
The disadvantage of having Bjørke being such a tall guy is if he's just walking around in the house, he basically blocks a lot of the camera angles.
Yeah. Looking just to bring this out to the corner. Trying to finish it just get as deep as they can. This one, very nice.
Like best å gå den veien da, så ikke hvis jeg havner åpen her. Bra satt. Masse plass.
So it feels a bit wide, a bit heavy. We see things when they cross over that King Slice logo over the K or the I, they tend to stay out there. This one is curling in though.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Haven't seen this much curl in the previous game, but I like the stone a lot. Just slightly deep, but other than that,
perfectly in line. Yeah, yeah. We definitely did not see curl like that in the previous match. So.
Yeah, the poll is also kind of undecided on a clear favorite winner here. Hungarian team, PTSE Men. Slightly up.
David!
57% of the voters.
Takke! David Reging! Szerintem csak David,
Trying to bring this as far out as they can. They'd like to have this underneath the cover.
Hát jó kimaradt.
Might need to take the interview mic. You know, that's just a headset thing. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to mute Pim. I'm going to disconnect him and reconnect him and see if that does something. Meanwhile, he starts talking to himself and... All right, let's see how that worked.
The pin code for my oh no, I'm back.
We all know it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
hey, we agreed not to spoil that secret.
Right, it's the same as my luggage. Oh, this one's gonna flash by, trying to curl it over, but does not take advantage.
Ide! Négy! Vercse vészes!
And the balance on my account is €0 anyway, so the joke's on you. You get to pay my debts. Pay the mortgage of a house I don't even own anymore.
Nagyon!
And a reattempt here.
Nære, men du var jo her. Så...
Yeah, unfortunately, the Hungarians did not get that covered up very well, over curled. So another free chance at it.
Mikkel! Mikkel! Med!
This one curling over, gets one and rolls over the top of their own though, and out. But I think they're pretty happy with where they're sitting, so they'd rather leave that.
Yeah, it works.
I'm going to play hit on this one, hit and roll over under their yellows. Do 2 jobs at the same time. Clear out the center and roll a stone over underneath protection.
Milan! Milan!
Going for Milan to sweep, trying to get him to curl over. It's going to get the red, but I think it's going to be a little bit thin, and we'll roll out the side.
Liker dere det? Eller er det garda? Garda.
Herman preferring to throw the guard instead of the draw, so that is what they are going to go with.
Mot! Ok, med. Bare opp på linja.
Yeah, seems to work.
One coming
Right, Mark,
over.
right.
Yep.
Maybe overcurling a touch though.
Maybe a little third of it showing there. Maybe a half. But I think as it's behind the T line, yeah, I like the draw. Try to get on top of it better than.
Well,
Okay.
the thing is with the draw, you still want to score at least 2 points on your hammer. So if you draw on top of it, I think Bjørke might just accept Hungarian team taking 1 point and keep defending that red stone.
Irányo! Ó! Akkor semmi. Semmi.
This one looks all right. Now they need to make sure it gets down there.
Megálljon a backline-nek.
Nice amount of curl there.
Legyen jobb.
Look
It's
at
just
that.
light though.
Ó.
Yeah,
Av
exactly.
oss.
Yeah.
Legg oss her. Så er det å legge opp et gard til. Men det er litt skummelt. Du har liker her, ja. Eller noe mellom de to. Hva? Dra helt ned hit? Nei, da lager vi fort dobbelen. Poenget er at de kommer til å runne og prøve å gjøre noe. Okay.
I had to
I'm
admit,
gonna
I'm a little
return the
scared
heart.
of Shatil, not Lhasa, Shatil. He's such a big man with such a deep voice.
Yeah.
Altså, på den siden her. Litt mer i stad. Det var her i stad. Mot, Kjell! Mot!
Straight away, I don't care what he's yelling at. I'm gonna do it.
Mot, Kjell! Hold den ute der. Hold den ute.
This one coming up a little bit light.
Ja, funker det.
Kind of also works, I think. The cards are now a bit
Itt kell
staggered.
eltalálni.
Looks like Team Breken already scored 4 in the first against Team Ross, so
Business as usual.
steamrolling through
Good. Elosárgat. Szép
some
ró.
takeouts, sweeping to clear the shooter from becoming a new guard. And then there's a couple of options here. They can guard it up, they can Try to get rid of yellow and
Leavid arra az első körülítről mit tudsz játszotni?
reduced scoring potential to 1, but feels like they're going for a guard here. Makes sense.
Csak úgy nézett ki. Eddig megnyerték az összes meccsüket. Na jó. Ebből hogy fogunk most érni a legárdolni?
Die close. Hold it. Mot kör.
Needing to sweep this down. Need to cover up those yellows. That yellow in the middle. It's starting to curl. Is it going to get over enough? I think so.
Yeah,
Nicely
nice.
done.
Very nice.
Hát nem nagyon sátkőre nem nagyon tudom betolni addig. Az a probléma. Hát, amúgy lehet, hogyha nagyon közel jön ehhez a gárdhoz, akkor lehet, hogy meg lehet tolni, de hát az is max ide, de az végül is még jó lenne. Igen, nem is könnyű.
Kind of have to look to see what they're gonna do. Possibly
Megpróbáljuk amúgy esetleg ezt. Mert most
run
ha
back
ezt is
red
küldtem
onto
innen,
yellow onto
legalább
red.
lesz egy draw. Jobb ötletem nincs.
He doesn't sound convinced of this shot, but he also doesn't seem like he really sees anything else that can work.
Yeah, he makes some kind of gesture like, I don't like it, but I don't see any other option. That's how I read his body language.
Yeah. He's looking at possibly tapping,
Pirány, 8-as kő most.
drawing around, tapping the yellow, and splitting it like that.
Yeah,
Így.
seems like the call.
De 8-as kő.
Because the run back is so risky that if you run it straight back, you take yours out and get nothing for it, and then they have a guard.
Picit kisebbet. Köszi.
Bit less ice on this one. Doesn't need to throw it too hard, so. But I guess the preference is a little bit too hard than too soft.
Yeah, it's a subtle weight. Starts to curl. It's coming in. Sweeper's trying to hold the line. Trying to avoid clipping the
Working
guard.
this, gets it
Ouch.
just on the edge, and that's going to roll over.
Yeah, started to curl super hard at some points. Must say the ice is
I'm not risk of
completely
spillet
different
dobbene.
compared to the last game.
Yeah,
Are they
just one
risky to split it
session. Whatever they've done to the ice has changed things a lot. Yeah, they see our ice makers went to the freak shop.
Kan fort bli 3 da. Hva hvis vi gjør den da?
Or I smell the ice makers went to the freak shop.
Ikke som ligger.
It's a very common thing here in the curling hall.
Hey, when you're in Belgium, John, when you're in Belgium.
Yeah, and there happens to be a freak shop just at the end of the street,
Jeg bare
so
tette Ulla.
it's very easy and convenient.
I don't blame him.
Nope.
I mean, that's the case. And if that free shop would have been closed, the second nearest is just like 2 streets away. Lots of options here
Nope.
to enjoy golden fruits.
Nei, greit det. Greit, vi gjør det. Det er jo det gule i midten vi garder. Vente på garden. Litt mindre. Nei, jeg tenkte, for nå har vi nødt til å spille den. Da kan vi, hvis vi får en liten styring på den røde, så er det jo greit også. Egentlig tenker jeg samme fart, altså. Var det 4-3? Litt mindre? Nei, greit. Nei, litt mer tror jeg faktisk.
Going for the cover over guard here.
Litt løsere.
Really want to do anything, just trying to protect that stone they've already got sitting shot. Try to take any run backs away. Working it very hard. Want to make sure it doesn't over curl, but that is great. That is exactly where they want it. Going to make it very difficult to run back and score anything more than one. Got this outside one they're looking at.
Normál elég, ilyen 9.
It's not an easy one.
Nem külszéle elég lesz egy normálra. 90-0. Hát más nem nagyon látok őszintén.
If we look at the house over here, we can just see there's not a lot of tolerance for a miss there. Here it comes, needs to have some good weight on it. Screaming out to hold the line. And it just misses wide. Good effort there. That is going to be a steal of 1 for Team Bjørke. Now do you not... Huh. Oh no, that's just the Shania Twain on in the canteen. Something is weird with him and his headphones. Now he's getting noises in his headphones. I don't think we've had a single...
Så langt det går! Inn i boet! Kom igjen! Okay, la han dø da, la han dø.
I don't think we've had a single broadcast without without a technical issue. And now this one happens to be Pim's microphone headset. Milan with his first stone of the third end.
Majd cserével. Raúl.
Coming out to the corner with this one.
Szép Milán.
Her. Skal vi gå fra herfra da? Hva? Oi, ja. Ja, gå da. Dytta litt ut. Kommer seg nå.
Feels a bit wide
Med køl.
and a bit heavy, so that's going to carry into the house. Not really get behind that guard, though. Starts curling late,
Ligger sånn.
but
Push.
goes back of the 8-foot and stays out in the open.
Öt hat!
Not going to worry about it, though. PTSE going to try to come around behind their own corner guard.
Åh! Cserébe! Visszacsere, Dávid!
This feels a bit on the light side. I feel like that's going to catch that guard.
Van, mindez van!
Trying to bring it around, but it's just not going to get there. Going to chip off.
Nem hallottam zónát.
Splits the corner guards.
Rass up.
Just trying to bring this one around that guard. They've got a little backing there too, so
Herman! Hård, Herman! Hård! Hårdere! Hård! Okay.
no, not
Little tap
quite
in.
going to hold it.
I
Going
got
to tap it over. Puts it on the center line, which not a terrible place
Okay.
if you're Bjørke.
Öt hat!
Something just happened. Okay, we have gremlins and ghosts in our system because camera filter just got turned off. Now that one came up a little bit short, ends up in front as another center guard, so Bjørke just going to come back and go around behind it on their own.
Bra. Bra linje.
This
Ja, ja,
is
mot,
wide.
mot.
It's very heavy,
Ah,
and that is going to come through.
har vi så
So-
jævlig god sjanse.
That was a miss. That was
Hatos.
either they were trying to play that in off of their own
Did I
right
put
up there,
that
but I
one?
think that was just a heavy a draw with too much weight on it.
Ó! Várj! Figyelj!
Feels
Get it.
outside, need it to curl.
Kívülről kell, mert széles.
Now it's starting to go.
A Milán nagyon kéne.
I'm
Nem
trying
baj,
to
ott
clean
nem,
that
nem
to
nagyon
get it
széles.
over behind those guards. It's got some good weight.
Végig. Oké, jó ez, Dávid, szép.
Great stone.
Liten tapp
Gets a
bak. Bak
nice
fire
little
fart.
curl right at the end.
Bare tappe den bak. Frys er bra. Liten tapp er bra.
So we're gonna throw a little bit heavier. Welcome back, Vera. She's rooting for Hungary.
Bra linje.
So far,
Bra.
not been going your boys'
Good,
ways, but
good,
oops,
good.
I'm on the
Yeah.
wrong. There we go, wrong stone.
Oh.
This one is a little bit wide. Will that curl over like the Yellowstone did, or is it going to stay out there? And it just stays out there. It's got a little bit more weight to it. This lightest little kiss.
Ugyanaz, mint a Dávidé. 6-os.
Trying to follow on that same path as the previous stone, just a little bit lighter. Wanting to curl over and freeze. Line looks good. Look like they're pulling for weight. There goes the curl. Oh, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Here trying to get on the board, get back in the game, really put some pressure on Bjørke. Now, looking at this run back, which of course Shatil is standing fully in the way of. Then again, it's very hard for him to not be in the way, as big as he is.
Hva? Ja, det er litt det. Ja, prøver vi det da, først. Ja, hvor er det is? Spill out her. Da er det over linja. Ja. Ja da.
So probably going to go for the straight run back here. Yellow onto red, onto yellow, and see, this should have some heft behind it. Want to make sure you've got to move a lot of rocks, so you want to make sure it has the weight to do it.
Whoa! Nei!
Piping the sweepers off it. This one's going to be a little bit wide. Does peel off the guard, but that's about it. Not what they were aiming for.
Majd rakunk ide még egyet.
Couple of options here.
Freeze, és akkor majd én ezt kiütöm.
Can play a freeze in there. Can play a hit and roll off there. Get rid of this red.
Előző.
Could put a guard here, but it's just what they had, and so I think they're going to be playing for this draw. Same shot that Raul just threw in the previous stone, so might as well go. Always a good idea if you can repeat shots, especially one that was so successful. So
De csak 5-ös a hívás.
this one seems to be okay. Plenty behind by the guard, but is it a bit heavy? Is another gorgeous stone right in there. Trust me, you're just gonna have to take my word for it because you can't see it from the other angles. Maybe look at the overhead. See what they're looking at here.
Ja, du liker ikke den.
That little gap between the right here makes things difficult.
Det virker vanskelig.
You're not on the right angle, it's just going to squirt off or squirt past.
Får jeg nesa her, så får vi jo flytta på noe da også. Og da har vi en stein til inni, liksom, som vi kan gjøre noe med etterpå. Ja.
Ideally looking to come like
Okay.
this with the red. Hit on this side of the yellow. Red will
I
shoot
set
over
it
there.
to-
Yellow goes over that way and keeps things open. But then actually that would leave a red shot, a red guard up at the top there. So not necessarily an ideal layout.
Smidig. Whoa.
Hold off the sweepers immediately. Wanted to let this one curl down. And pretty good. Gets the one, gets the two, runs it back. Ooh, shoots off 2 yellows. Leaves a guard in the middle, but that's 2 less stones that were scoring before, so.
Tessék? Nem könnyű, közel kell jönni ehhez. Hát vagy csak ide berakjuk a freeze-t, csak akkor ugye nem lesz. Nem nagyon. Hát max, ha ide befordul. Ja. Hát, dobjuk ezt, mert ezt dobáltuk végig.
Looking at the draw here, trying to get that back in around. The risk is if they're a little bit off, then they can probably they can possibly play it out, bolt out with a double or a run back.
Hogyha széles lenne, vigyük a pirosra freeze-re, mert az is tök jó. Gyorsabb majd, mondjátok.
Go first stone, or the Hungarian skipped, come down. Sweeping this hard. It's going to start to turn. Is it going to get around that guard? No, that is on the guard. Oh, and that's the worst case scenario. That opened it right up. Open hit. Open hit to leave 4. And just leaving PTSE with just 1 shot at scoring
Ja, kanskje
a
litt mer til
single.
og med.
So
Viktigste er å ta den.
they will want this one to roll away a little bit.
Litt mer is.
Although I believe if it's a nose hit's okay
Sånn
because
som den jeg spilte nedover her i stad,
Ja.
endelig.
it scares me that he picks the stones up like that too. We always teach new people, don't pick up the stones. They're very heavy. If you drop it on the ice, luckily it would just be the ice, but it will damage it.
Lasse.
For the line, just wanted to make sure this one gets down, hits the right spot. Bunk, goes away, rolls over just a little bit for good measure. Now there is a draw to the pin.
Üssünk, vagy csak dobjuk be? Tessék? Dobjuk be.
Yeah, they're actually looking at a little bit of a...
Most a sárga kő ott van, szóval azért inkább legyen kicsit szűkebb.
The vice skip was looking at maybe we draw into against the red there and kind of chip into it. That way you don't risk being over too hard. But I think they're just going to go straight in at it.
Nem értem, mi volt azzal.
Reaper staying off it.
Good! Irány!
Need to make sure it doesn't curl too much
Good,
and catch that
Irány!
red. Oh, it is. It's gone. And that is on the red. And will that chip and roll underneath enough? Okay, I think it got to second, but that is another steal for Bjørke.
Yeah, Björk a bit lucky here with these kind of gifts. They were looking at option B, coming inside out, tapping off, having that kind of tolerance and use it to roll to the pin. So far, Team Hungary kind of making a couple of these mistakes, making it hard for themselves to get a result like that.
Yep. I think I'm the commentator curse tonight for this session.
Yeah, they're fourth with 2 mistakes, with the first one opening things up, allowing Björke to do that takeout, and then with the second one coming in short, deciding the fate of an end with just 2 stones there.
So Lasso will start things off here in the 4th end. His team Bjørke leads PTSE Men 4-0. Just tale of many mistakes here for the Hungarians, leaving the doors open for Bjørke to steal, and that they have done.
Ikke så langt, ikke så langt. Ikke lenger, ikke lenger. Bare biten toppen der.
Just bringing that one into
Nå er
the
det
top
vakker.
of the forefoot. Happy with that. Hungarians going with playing over to a corner guard.
How many times did it happen where we have a game on stream
This
where
is
after
Björke.
3 ends it's 3-0, 4-0?
Nem,
that
jó
kind
az
of,
irány, jó az irány.
It's been a few. It's been a few. Now, we have had in the past where the team trailing has come back to make it a game,
Jó az
but
irány, szép.
sometimes not. Let's hope that is the former and not the latter. So nicely placed corner guard out there.
Vil du gå samme vei? Nei, gå her.
And Bjørke just going to try to play, put a bunch of stuff in the middle. So you can set up things on the outside. That's fine. We're going to take over the button and see.
Mer køl, mer køl. Bare med. Bare med så langt vi får den. Med og så langt vi får den. Med så langt vi får den. Med så langt vi får den. Om han biter 12 er det ok. Kom igjen, bare gå. Bare gå, Lasse. Kom igjen. Litt til, litt til, litt til. Kom igjen. Nei da, det er fint.
That to curl over to finish, and I think it does the job. PTSE has their corner guard. They're going to try to get this, draw this one in behind. Some teams you'll see set up,
Jó az
try to set
irány.
up corner guards on both sides, but I think sometimes you just have to, once you get one,
Kívülről.
get something into the house behind it and then start worrying about what's next.
Széles.
This feels on the
Maga
heavier
egy
side,
nagyon széles. Biztosan fog befordulni, de
and it's
végig
going to
rábír.
stay wide. Not heavy, just a little wide. That's going to stay exposed.
Hva? 10-5?
Got plenty of options here. Wanting to roll this one to the inside, but even if it rolls a little bit out, that's also not a problem.
Whoa!
Going for the carve, now going for this, and somehow gets it onto the
Come on,
outside
fuck.
of that yellow. Still gets rid of it. That's
Fuck.
good. Didn't think it was possible to get to that far edge of the stone without hitting the guard, but
Nézzük meg még
Managed to
egyszer,
do
akkor
it.
adok kisebbet.
Trying again with the draw to the outside.
Ó, Raúl!
Waiting for this one to start curling. Feels like if it's on that center line, if it's on the left side, it just hangs out over there. Never quite takes the curl. Again, that one's going to sit out wide. This one actually even deeper than the previous. Still sitting in the back of the house, but
Han biter.
not really much to
Jeg
worry
liker det,
about.
ass. Her. Ja. Ok.
Igen, a másodikat azt meg amúgy jó irányba dobta, de csak inkább...
We're going to be setting up a center guard here.
Må køle, ser ut som. Nei da, dør nå. Dør nå, dør nå.
Feels wide.
Nei, wow. Nei, bare land det.
You got this one to curl over a bit.
Greit det.
It's still a
Ta
decent
for at vi
setup.
kan ikke...
Would have liked that to be overlapped,
Ha
but
csak emögé rólalunk, az is oké. Még a dupla is talán, de... Csak egy! Csak egy board! 70-80!
trying to hold this one as it comes down.
Nagyon!
That one's going to curl over. That's going to hit that top guard. Where does that go? Not really a huge amount of weight behind that stone. Shooter rolls out to the back. Tipped stone stays in the play, but way out on the side.
Opp på linja, garde. Vil du gå herfra? Noe sånn. Se lang ut.
Leaving this one alone.
Ja, dør nå. Dør nå. Med køll, med køll, med køll, med!
Now trying to
Kom
get
igjen,
it to
kom
curl
igjen.
over a
Køll,
little
køll,
bit
køll.
more.
Kom igjen, Lasse. Kom igjen, kom igjen. Litt til, litt til, litt til. Ja, og så på linja der. Fint det.
And there it goes. Gets lined up over the top.
Armin Sledman! Nagyon, Dávid!
Trying to hold this one down. Gets rid of one. Kicks the other one out into the open. More things for Team Bjørke to think about. Hungarians just not been super sharp.
Kan dra hit.
John wishing best to Team Bjørke. He's watching from
Den er jo
afar.
ganske enkel for det nå, men nå ligger
He's
den
catching the
veldig
little bits and
fint til.
pieces we show of the A sheet or the C sheet when we're zooming up and down the B.
Er ikke så fan av å garde den. Ja, hvilken vei vil du gå? Kanskje hvis du ligger her, så er det...
I wonder how Bjørke performed so far according
Also,
to the opinion of a coach
hva?
instead of just a fan's opinion.
Well,
Ja, de kan jo slå her og rulle inn, ikke sant? Vi drar rundt her, ja.
Knowing that the coach is watching, give him a scoring update. Sheet A, nothing going on.
Det mye is? Ser det riktig ut?
Sheet B, Bjørke leads 4-0 over PTSE. And Verreken leads 5-1 over Ross in end number 4 over there.
Linja er bra. Linja er veldig bra. Kjempelinja. Wow, det er plass. Nei, det er lang.
Well around the guards, will that curl over?
Ja, da, bra det. Takk.
A little bit.
Akkurat litt.
Not quite enough to get fully buried, but
Hát, ez biztos Jamel, ez a dupla. Hát, ja. Az a baj a freeze-el, hogy megint beszorítjuk magunkat egy 20 centis helyre, szóval... Még egy ilyen lehetne.
looking for an option, looking for a way to get on the
Majd megpróbáljuk a
scoreboard.
duplát, és ha Jamel, akkor Jamel, de a Runback az elmegy a kettő között, vagy... Hát, nekem amúgy ez tetszene. Az ott lesz openem.
There's a double possibly there, but they're worried about the jam. Looking to see if the yellow or red is third stone.
Ez. Heck.
All right, choice has been made, going with the hack weight around the outside.
I needed to think about that one.
Well, I don't think he likes any of the results. I don't even think he really likes this one because it leaves it wide out in the open, but you just have to hope maybe they miss. First, PTSE needs to make it.
Oh. Oh, David.
Trying to curl it
Nagyon,
over.
David. Nagyon.
Trying to get that over. It's going to catch it, but how much? That does not get it out of the house and really didn't change a whole lot as far as scoring. It's still 3 red.
Ja, ja, akkurat det.
Took away some backing
Ja,
from
like egentlig.
the reds from Bjørke,
Lite,
but
det synes
still lots of options to score.
Bjørke endelig noen med halvjevnt. Hvite topp 4 halvjevnt på den siden der.
Gary was saying about the way he cleans his
Vi tar
stone.
bitte litt mer.
He picks it up, cleans it
Dra
so
litt
the dirt
margin.
falls
Straight.
right underneath, and then put the stone back on top of it. So
Yeah, that's always. I always kind of push mine in front of the left hack, wipe it in front of there
for the lefties.
for the lefties. Yep. When staying wide is going to creep down in front of the tee line, front of the 4-foot actually. Just kind of sits out in the open, but not really useful.
Egyik a másik, hogy a Runback is talán egyszerű, de... El lehet még ezt rontani, de nem könnyű. elrontani. Erről meg arról tök nehéz.
Lots of yelling going on
Elteszek
sheet C.
megpróbálnám ide betenni, aztán meglátjuk, mit csinál. Hát igen, sátra. Csak akkor meg ugye tök könnyű ez neki, szóval... Jó, hogyha csak ide, utána ez... Hát igen. Akkor a rollt esetleg. Jó, nézzük meg. Hát igen. De befele roll inkább. Ja.
Looking for hit and roll.
Igen.
Back to the middle. Vice skip
Also
kind of pointing a
FN,
possible roll to the
like,
outside. I guess
az egy ilyen
that's
board.
fine, but not
Igen.
ideal.
Ez jó. Igen. Ott lehet.
I'll say one thing for Bjørke in this match is they've really been putting a lot of pressure on PTSE, forcing him to take shots they're not really happy with, not very comfortable taking. This one not going to curl over. This one's going to roll out to the outside part of the circle, and I believe that's not even second shot out there, so not a good outcome for them.
Ja, og vi legger oss her da. Litt, det er nesten i overkant. Skal vi tørre å ta litt mindre? Nei. Vi ligger 2, og det er umulig for han å ta begge og sånn, så hvis vi klarer å komme oss halvjevnt eller til og med helhjevnt. Nei, altså nå er det jo egentlig å få en god shot da. Så hoppknapp er veldig bra. Liker du isen, eller skal jeg ta mindre? Det. 4-1, eller? Er det der du dro knappen nå i stad?
Best bet would be to get behind these guards, but even leaving it short, taking away kind of a draw to the button would be also a good result with this stone. They don't need to be perfect with it. Just good enough.
Forsiktig!
Sweeper's indicating it was a little bit heavy, but this one coming up light, gonna over curl. Going to chip out, that would be the best results.
Yeah, takes away a draw there.
Hát, ennyi kell.
Patil not really comfortable with that, confident with it, but
14-5, ez amúgy jó.
still makes it difficult.
Na mennyi? Dobjak. Vagyis próbáljak.
Battery died.
Irány!
This one coming down, trying to get it around, needs to get just to bite the forefoot.
Irány!
Starting to curl, need to work that line hard. Catches on the red, and I think that just has been PTSE's night, just being a little bit off.
The 2 red.
Looks like it to me. They're checking it out. It's for sure 1 red.
Looks closer for them than it seems to be for us. Haven't had a measurement so far in this tournament, not that I recall.
Ok,
Ah,
I think it's 2.
Ja. Den fantastiske dragningen min på slutt.
Yeah, not something I think they were expecting to come away with on this end, but definitely has worked out for them. I am the commentator's curse this evening, that's for sure. I'm assuming that's the pace of play sheet hanging up there that most people aren't really paying attention to.
I think we can maybe pop to the booth, because not a lot is happening on the ice so far. I don't know. Probably, I'm guessing my microphone is still a bit cracky, so I'm gonna leave most of the talking to you.
Yeah, here we are. Pim is still clearly not a robot, but his voice is sounding very weird. Trying to figure that out. So yeah, just a quick update again from Sheet C. Bjørke scored 1 in the 4th, so they lead at 6-1 over Team Ross. They're already started their 5th end. Yeah, we can't figure it out. We have not had a single broadcast from this tournament go technically right the entire time. We've had
Do
issues.
you have enough space here, John? To,
This is, you said I'm going to be solo. I'm going to be doing most of the talking so I can get in there and do this, but can't figure it out why. We're going to just kind of have to pretend that Wim is talking from a tunnel, and we'll sort it out. But, I mean, nothing changed between the previous ends and the previous broadcasts, and that's the beauty of streaming on the internet, is that things break for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, but it has been a long day for our equipment as well. We'll test it after the stream, so I'm just gonna tone it down a bit on the amount of talking. Maybe that's also good for my voice.
We do have an alternate headset.
Yeah, maybe we can swap that in at some point.
Yeah, maybe we can try that. I mean, what else do we have to do?
Right. These, like the players are getting
Back
ready.
out on the ice, so why don't we hop back out there? Oops.
Make sure.
There we go. Make sure it gets down.
Uh-oh.
No, behind
Jo,
you.
jo, litt. Nei. Nei.
We're gonna see if I can switch my microphone with a spare one we have, just using John's mic, as he is fetching additional microphone.
Skal vi prøve en liten kjapp? Enten det, eller fryse opp. Liten tapp. Tenk samme da.
So let's see how that worked. We've swapped in a new microphone for Pim, but
Is it any better? Let's hope we get some feedback from our.
okay. He says it's good now. Oh, but I think that was because it was you were using my headphones
Yeah,
or my microphone.
could be.
Nope.
Still bad.
Still bad. All right, so then it's something software related, and we will have to reboot everything. So fighting to bring this one down. getting over.
Got that.
We do have one other option. I can plug you into Brahms and we can set you up that way.
Yeah.
So,
Do that.
I will try to. I'll mute myself while.
Klar.
We've moved Pims over to
Til meg.
that, so
Ja.
try that microphone there.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Another test. See if I have left the tunnel.
That one. Now
Hold
try
it, Arman.
that
Mot
one.
køl. Mot den
Let's
kølen
see if this
veldig.
is any
Mot.
better.
Ja, mot. Dra så langt vi
Till the
får den.
tunnel
Den er
seems to be.
kølen garder ikke, så bare dra den
Yeah,
langt.
well. Nope, then we'll
Okay.
have to figure it out after the stream.
Ja.
No, wait, now
Oh.
he's saying yes.
Is it better? Yeah, there's also a
Okay.
bit of delay on chat, so
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna assume it's better for now. And if it's not, then we'll see. I also got a response from Kim, player at Arctic Foxes. She also mentioned like, hey Pim, there's something wrong with your microphone. We don't hear you at all. Part of that was because I kind of stopped talking at some
Yeah.
point, and nobody likes to hear cracking voices. That's annoying. But well, good to know that things have been fixed.
For now. The whole stream this weekend has been every stream this weekend has been a workaround of some sort. Hopefully we reboot the system tonight and everything will take care of itself.
I sound normal now. That's good to know. Yeah, the hardest part is we don't have like a technical team doing all of the stuff in the background. We're just a two-man team doing everything. Then if you have to make adjustments, it's like correcting the wings of a plane in full flight.
Yeah. I need to change the tire on this car,
Yeah.
but not stop moving.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Good to know I can kind of bring in my expertise.
Now I can rest my voice.
Yeah, I can imagine doing like a solo stream is not as interesting. You don't have a counterpart to talk to.
Yeah.
Kind of just describing what's happening or the ducting
Ja, fin.
strategies.
Ja,
But
greit.
really having
Ja.
that conversation element helps to work your way through our stream.
Great hit and roll there.
Yeah.
Gets over underneath guards.
And I have
Still a little bit something there for PTSE to hit and roll under, but
Kezdődik, ami eddig volt.
I feel like they just aren't happy with
Egy ilyet
anything they're given to hit.
megpróbálhatnánk.
no. I got confirmation from Kim. As
Fognám
well,
lassabban,
sounds
adok
good.
nagyobbat.
Yeah, Kim is just texting me
Yeah.
in private.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
We have that kind of
DMs.
relationship.
Oh wow, you're putting DMs out
yeah.
in public. Wow, that's highly offensive.
And the things Kim and I talk about, I don't think they're fit for public, fit for the stream. Something we keep to
Aren't you
ourselves.
having another baby and getting married this year? I mean,
Yes.
but not with Kim.
Yeah. But like I mentioned, I can do a lot at the same time here. But no, it's all
Good.
very, very friendly. Nothing to worry about.
Oh,
That sounds worrying.
yeah.
Out of me is a huge. I'm waving a huge red flag over my head.
Nothing I can say can make it better, I guess.
No.
Hey, David.
Gets the hit and the roll over, and now sitting in a stronger position. Still peeking out though, so they're not going to be fully happy.
Eller kan spille løsrammen.
And I think at this point, Shatil is happy just to move that Yellowstone out of the way. I don't think they're worried too much about if the Reds get taken out.
Sånn.
So if this clips that red guard at the top, I don't think he's going to be worried too bothered by it.
Det kommer her altså på slutten.
We do joke about the technical issues, but I do appreciate anybody who's stuck around through them.
Yeah, definitely. And helps us out giving this type of feedback because especially sound issues, that's very hard to spot if you don't tap into your own stream.
Bra, takk.
Gets rid of it cleanly. Lose the shooter, but not a worry. PTSE still has that yellow guard over on the side they can hide behind, but you know, they have been just not quite hitting their spots and not really putting that much pressure on them. And I think I'm a couple stones behind.
Yeah,
Yep,
I think
'cause
with
this
all
is
of the
row,
hot
yep.
fixes.
Yeah, we lose. We get behind on the scoreboard, keeping up to date.
Good. Irányok nagyon.
Trying to hold the line. They want to get this one around. Just going to chip, and it's just been that kind of night for PTSE.
Yeah.
Is this one going to get underneath? No, that's going to even Swedish curl back more out into the open. Yeah, we finally figured out something, a workaround for it. We're just going to have to reboot everything.
The workaround is basically I'm wearing two headsets right now. Basically, I don't need the second one. Or
You don't need the second one, no.
Okay.
Yeah, we can unplug that one so it's not going to make any extra
Throw it in
noise.
the trash bin. Get rid of that piece of unreliable hardware.
Whoa. Ja, Lasse!
Trying to get this one, gets rid of the yellow, moves the red out into the open, but
noe greier der, altså.
If you have 6 points against 0, I don't think they care that much about losing 1 or 2 extra red ones. Just about keeping the Hungarian team contained, quarantined.
Picit ez is szűk. Fönn! Fönn! Fönn!
trying to get this one around, down around that guard. Feels a little bit on the lighter side. No, not too bad. That's fine. I actually need this to curl. Finish this hard.
Szerintem ez volt az első értékelhető corner mögé dobás.
There they go. That's a good stone.
Hva med her, da?
Looking to bring this next one, going to draw it around, come over the top. Come around the side and get into the top of the house. That's the words I'm looking for. Forgot a few words in there.
Så åpne mot den.
Meanwhile, I kind of pushed my chair under the desk. I'm gonna do this standing. Get the last piece of energy that's inside of me after a long day of streaming.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. Waking up every couple of hours and pooping in my pants.
Sekser var verst ut, det tror jeg. Det er bedre å gå der. Ja. Prøv å gå bak der, bite 4. Topp 4.
Yeah,
They have
meanwhile,
definitely moved into just chill mode. This feels, it's not like a tournament anymore. It's very like the players on the ice. We don't have to worry about being late.
no,
They're
indeed.
just chilling and taking their sweet time between each shot.
Yeah, I think Ice Maker maybe already left. I'm not sure.
Yep, I don't see Mark around, so the sweep, and this is going to curl over too much. I think that's going to catch on the guard. Nope, I'm wrong.
Well, everything can
Yeah.
be different, but there is this one
The
certainty.
one constant in the world.
The constant for over
Egy jó volt.
2 years. I think
It really
Imagine-
looked light. It looked like it was really just falling over, and apparently it was not.
Aha.
have you seen
annál nagyobbat.
the movie?
Igen. 0.
What's it called? Where Leonardo
tetszik.
DiCaprio goes into the kind of sleep mode and goes
Oh,
deeper and deeper. That's,
Inception.
Inception, yeah. So he
Yeah,
has the
again, again.
spinner to check whether he's
Check.
in reality, in the
Yeah,
real world, or whether he's in this kind of dream world.
Yeah.
I think if I ever have a stream together with you,
Igen.
and all of a sudden you say good morning in the morning and good evening in the
I get
evening,
everything right.
you get everything right. You make no weird comments. You say, "Hello, people. Welcome to the World Curling Tour, Belgium Men's Challenger." Straight away from the first stream, I'm going to try and wake up to see. 'Cause then I'm definitely dreaming.
Holding this on the sweep. This is gonna curl over late.
Semmi.
It's on it and
Végre
rolls
valami.
over. Beautiful.
The little break they needed.
Fryse der, ja.
Not sure if it's going to help them stay competitive throughout the next 3 ends.
Ja, var det
but,
der jeg var? Ok, jeg må i hvert fall ha sånn da.
It could be semi-exposed, so maybe with a bit of a low weight takeout, they can still come around and take it out.
Hva hadde vi på forrige?
That would be very hard
Yeah.
on the Hungarian teams.
Ja, ikke sant?
Very
Så
likely just
det er
going to
litt-
put
litt
a
sånn halvtråd. Er det ikke det?
block a guard inside that
Ja.
open area, try to make the
Ja, for
draw
da
for
stikker det
two.
veldig på slutten. Nå tok vi mer
Difficult.
is. Det var jævlig bra kosta i stedet. 4-1, 4.
So I didn't catch the latest update on tour. Is he already back in Belgium, or
Then fem,
was he close?
He said he was almost back the last time. Maybe he was in a tunnel. I don't know. Oh, no, that was you who were in the tunnel. Just wanting to guard this up, cover it up, make sure that PTSE cannot score 2. Don't want this deep. Oh, the PTSE is already
Mikkel,
lying 2.
Mikkel! Ned! Dra rundt den! Rundt den, rundt den!
30 more minutes till this
Gosh.
front door opens. Oh, that was almost a swear jar. I think he stopped himself.
Red is
But
sitting
yeah.
shots.
Shot,
Hij
but
doet
wide
wel
out
wat
open,
weapon, hè.
nose hit, and that'll
Ja.
be 3 for PTSE, and they'll be
naar
right
links,
back
ja.
in this.
Jó az így.
Yeah, true.
Ja.
I mean, 3 is
60,
doable, I guess, with 3 more ends.
78 szerintem.
For some reason, I
Oké,
had it in my head that this was the 5th end,
78.
and
Ha
that,
itt dobta Dávid is,
or the
azt
6th end, that they'd be
szerintem
probably
oké volt.
possibly shaking hands after this. But nope, it's only the 5th end.
Kicsit fordulgat,
Just-
de azért meg lehet fogni.
Just
Kettle looking back at the scoreboards, kind of figuring out, okay, if they score 3, what will that do in terms of scoreboards? How close can they get to a potential comeback? But then they need to sweep it hard, hold the line. Here it's already touching the
Starting
center
to
line.
go.
Should be fine, but will
this
they?
is going to be all right. No, that's fine.
Yeah, great,
On the
great
nose,
shots.
and that is 3 for PTSE, and they get on the board.
I'm kind of happy for the boys. At some points, it's really kind of demotivating to
Van egy
see
javaslatom.
steal after steal after steal, see that
Yeah,
points gap grow.
And they've played well. They've just missed things by a little bit, and those little bits hurt, you know. And so, good for them to finally get one.
Seeing some smiles again.
We're not dead yet.
And now we're gonna see how Bjørke will deal with the hammer. See if they still remember how to set up a game with the hammer.
Yeah, that was 4 straight steals from Bjørke to open the match. Finally, PTSE making a correction to their hammer efficiency, although still quite a low number comparatively. And you have 5 hammers and you only score on one of them, that's going to be tough. But they're back in it now. They've got their chance.
3 more ends, everything is possible. We still lack that kind of a super
Finally
comeback.
something.
That's something that's still missing in our event bingo.
Yep.
Measurements also hasn't been the case.
So Milan starting things off for PTSE, looking for that center
Nagyon
guard.
széles. Csak Raúl. Elindul végig Raúl. Nagyon kell. Nagyon széles. Végig, alapul az irány.
Really putting his weight behind this, trying to get this to curl over to that center line, and
Oh, it does.
does.
That was some superb vegi there from the Hungarians.
Yep. Gets it on the center line. Fantastic sweep there. Raul gets most of the credit on that stone, but Otto also helping out.
Mot Kjell! Mot Kjell! Mot! 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 Mot Kjell! Mot Kjell! Mot Kjell! Mot Kjell! Mot Kjell! Mot Kjell! Mot litt! Mot Kjell! Mot Kjell! Mot Kjell!
Afraid it's
Trying to sweep
tapping.
this one, but oh, it just dies
it's
and
up
then
there.
curls over, and
No.
now we'll take that yellow one off the center line.
And yeah, they probably might decide to keep him there, trying to steal. So 2 center guards at this point. Now the question is Red touching the center line? And if so, does that also affect
I don't think so.
Egy.
Oh,
I
I
don't think so.
I
Even
see.
from our camera slightly off
Pirosat
line, still
védjük
I don't think
inkább.
that's in.
Ezt is majd kívülről. Nem, irány jó. Ide. Raúl.
Kind of
Raúl.
curling over, trying to
Végig,
bring this
végig,
over
végig,
onto
végig
the
a
center
szélesre.
line,
Tök jó.
covering over both those center guards. So they've got their base established. Now let's go for it. You're gonna try to bring things in, but I think Bjørke is going to try to do the same. Try to bring this around. Use those guards to their advantage.
Inn! Han har masse plass. Han må køle masse.
This one staying wide. Feels pretty heavy. The creep past the T line won't quite get out of the back of the house no matter how much Luring sweeps, but now there is backing.
Hatos. Jó az irány! Öt! Irány! Irány!
Trying to hold this one around. This one's gonna go.
I think it's on Red.
It's gonna hit on the red, but red's not on the
Gáz
center
az már
line,
van elég.
so not an
Most
issue.
már következő jöhet a
Well,
hátra.
red will now be on the center line, but that's the 5th stone played, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're up
Og så
past
er
that
rota
stage.
her. Skal vi
Basically-
ikke bare prøve å dra inn?
They are trying to get behind it, start claiming that pin position.
Tror vi må ha en bra stein før jeg har lyst til å gjøre det. Oi,
Oh,
I touched
Oh.
this one.
There was a touch
Yeah.
of stones, tapping it back. Yeah, that's some things like you walk backwards and then all of a sudden you trip over a stone.
yeah, he got it back in roughly the same spot.
Yeah, I think in the Verreken N19 game in the BCL league, I think Gary tripped 2 or 3 times over the same stone. It was one of those stones that was sitting all the way in the back, but just not far enough to be out of play. And you tend to forget those stones because they don't matter.
Frysa.
This one out wide on that zone line that just doesn't really curl over.
Helt ned.
Yeah, it did in the beginning of the game though.
Yeah, probably with the fresher pebble, it's done now. It's worn out a little bit.
Skjønner jeg.
Most már több gát nem kell.
Double backing there for PTSE. They just need to make sure they get it to the right spot.
Irány jó! Irány nagyon jó! Kívülről! Kívülről kell!
Right wide of the guard, no problems. Just trying to make this curl.
Ahol kell, ide fríz!
Don't think it's going to curl, so they're going to try to freeze it. Bro putting all of his weight behind it.
Oké.
And
Nem könnyű, mert picit
gets it
híjebb
down
lesz,
there.
akkor nagyon legyenek.
Nice sweep. I'm sure both of these teams are
Service
remembering.
on the ice.
Oh,
That's a VIP
Caro
treatment
breaking
I've
the
never
rules.
seen.
breaking the rules though. Glass out on the ice? That's dangerous.
Rasat.
Now, who is the coffee
Han
for?
går utover.
Yeah,
Går rett utover.
Jeroen or Timo. I think I overheard Caro saying she noticed Timo was pretty cold. She kind of started to feel bad for him. So maybe Caro decided to make coffee or tea for Timo.
This one stays out wide as well, settles in next
okay.
to the yellow. They're just both teams
sure.
building up a little bit of a bundle out there.
Lehet, hogy több esélyt már nem kapunk, szóval tegyük be a hatos.
I think they're remembering that big draw at the beginning, the big amount of curl at the beginning of the match, and are trying to play for it, and it's just not there. But it's that line where if you're just a little too far out, it stays, but if you're inside, it curls a lot more. So going to be difficult to find the right line.
Fenn!
There's a bit of a
Nagyon!
panic.
Tight, so really trying to hold this one. It's
Oh,
going to be right on the edge. And that's going to jump into that yellow.
nagyon szűk volt.
On the bright side, it kind of blocks a lot now, and remember, yellow is sitting shot, so it's still something Bjørke has to deal with. All of a sudden, the whole forefoot is covered with guards here.
Kom og se litt på deg.
Yeah, I almost feel like they have to come in with something there, get this yellow and this yellow to move out, try to
Lurer
clean
på
things up,
hvis vi kommer her, om vi kan ta
Or-
alle de tre.
like he's talking about. Yeah. Coming here, hitting this hard enough on that side.
Lurer på
Shooter will
om
go
de
that
to
way.
går
This will
faktisk.
kick off that, go that way, or actually go that way. And this shooter will come over here. So, this stone.
Det er mulig å komme ned her, da, men
Now, if it was 6-0 still, obviously you're not worrying about that. You're probably playing a guard over those yellow stones, but obviously 6-3 with the other team looking to steal one.
Alma,
6-4 is still a 2-point lead, but it's not as comfortable as 6-0. So,
men se her, da.
or
Treffe den,
7-3.
Yeah.
skyte ut den, plutselig ligger jo vi fire, da. Hva? Hva?
Yeah, well, we're waiting for a final call here. Let's have a quick peek over on the other
Nei, altså her
sheet,
tenker jeg pile her.
especially for on
Pile
request
på den.
of John Blight and Team Vreken, the yellow team, is showing strong on the scoreboard there. And still undecided yet.
Ja, men la
Needs
oss
some
si da
thinking time
at det
here.
tynt her, med pil, få den ut, er plan B. Ta
You
den.
know, if you're the Hungarian team, if the opponent is consuming this amount of time to make a decision, you know, you're doing something right. They might have options, but they are theoretical
Det er is her, ja.
and hard to execute.
I think if Team Bjørke played in the Belgian league, they would Shatil would be considered one of the philosophers of the league.
Oh yeah.
The skips that ponder life's existence before every shot. We have a couple that they've added. They've instituted the thinking clock in the A division to kind of encourage some of these philosophers to come up with their life's manifesto quickly.
Yeah, especially it appears to be cold on the ice. Also, just 2 games instead of 3. So all of this thinking time contributes to players, especially skips, getting cold on the ice there.
This one's going to catch on the outside.
Open.
Opens things up, moves things around. Yellow spinning around into the side of the house and settles into front on the tee line.
Yeah, I still like how yellow is kind of locked in. Corner frees up against 2.
Yeah, it'll be
red
difficult
stones.
to get rid of that one.
Yeah.
Although not impossible, because if a hit on the right side of that red will take that yellow one out. So, but I think PTSE deciding not worth trying to guard it up and going to try to draw this in behind the guards on the other side. Try to keep the house a little split.
Jó az irány! Hatós kell! Csere!
One staying outside. Is that going to start to curl now? There it goes. Sweeper's trying to bring this down. Going to get over enough. Corner freeze against the shot stone. It's not terrible.
Indeed. Indeed.
Hvor mye har du? Av den? Hvis vi kommer opp på nesa her, så har vi dobbelen i hullet her. Kan spille med 9 liksom, eller?
If only we
I
had
wish
some
I
knowledge of-
understood. He sounds like he's
Om vi
singing a
bare
little
tar
bit.
den, så er det også ok, for da blir vi liggende her, ikke sant? Hva? Ja, gjør ikke noe, det går ut dit, eller? Ok, det. Du skal helt opp på nesa.
Definitely a long end. I can't really
Oh,
remember when this end started at this
Yeah,
point.
it's been a while.
Nødt til å
Ja.
flytte på begge to. 9-5.
Warm-ups started at 7 p.m. It is now
Ja, ikke så
9:06.
mye. Sånn.
The match itself
Du
started
skal kjøle litt.
around 9:25 or 7:25. So we're definitely approaching some slow play territory.
Yeah, still
Wow,
the 6th end.
det er kjøl.
Only
Take care.
3 quarters in this game.
Trying to curl this over.
Det blir
Gets
bra.
on it.
Fint, da.
Moves. One yellow, one red. Shooter sits there, frozen.
And that yellow is really locked in right now.
Yep.
Sitting shot here. I mean, I think
It's
with some
not
heavy,
impossible.
yeah,
Esetleg én ütöm meg.
It's not impossible to move that yellow, but
need to throw some
It's
heavy
gonna be
weight on the
tough,
first red one.
Nem tudom. Hát csak mert hogy akkor esetleg tud erről egy roll dobni, szóval az a rizikós max. De hát
I mean,
dobjuk a
we're
drót,
still
mert
not
ott
quite
alul.
in the Belgian C League territory where we had a match that took 2 hours to get through 4 ends. So we're not at that territory yet, but it
No.
certainly is starting to feel like it. That was another one of our philosophizing skips.
Sőt, picikét még szűkebbet szerintem, mert még ugye széles is volt egy kicsit a Raulé.
I think when you're in the game, and it's your own calls, your own decisions, then it feels like a normal pace. But if you're kind of watching and waiting,
Yeah, I can only imagine for like the sweepers that that are just standing there waiting for the skip and the vice skip to make a decision, especially the ones when you're waiting for the other team to make a decision.
Hatós kell!
they're probably happy they can sweep again. Stay warm.
Warm, put some effort into it. Now trying to get it to curl. They're a little bit on that inside line, so that's going to curl quite a bit.
Biggie, boys.
Sweep it all the way down. You want to get that to at least second shot, if not first. That's great.
This is excellent, and it's behind the guards, and more important, before tee. So even if Bjørke manages to get rid of that yellow stone, still a second stone to deal with. That's sitting very strong here. So I think we're looking at a steal here for the Hungarian team, although...
Well, I might burst your bubble here. I'm going to look at it over the top. A red coming in here just hard enough. Squirt over, shoot that goes there, but the shooter then could potentially come over there. But they've got to hit it pretty thick and pretty hard to do that. But it's still possible.
It's still possible, yeah.
But also that would be good for you because you picked Bjørke, so...
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that, but I kind of have the natural reflex of rooting for a comeback, or at least rooting for an underdog, rooting for a close game. Seems to be somebody dropped some dirt right underneath his stone.
Got some decent weight on it, but it feels like it's a bit outside. Try to curl that over. Gets on the nose, squirts things around, but does not get that yellow far enough away.
No, I think now it looks pretty promising here for the Hungarian team. Take a straightforward nose hit on the redstone, sitting, I think, second shot. And then it seems like they could be in a very comfortable position. What angle do they want? Maybe hitting it a bit on the inside to roll inwards.
Mi van, hogyha csak egy olyat próbálunk meg, hogy finoman, és hát nem nagyon megy ezzel alatt sehogy.
Yeah, I like this one.
De egy olyan lehet, de ideál.
I think they already decided that redstone has to go, so they're now kind of plotting, sure, but what will happen with the shooter? Where do we want the shooter to end up?
De erre hogy dobnod? Hát ott a gárd.
Feels like we have a final result over on sheet C. I noticed Dan coming inside with a pretty happy face. So looks like Team Verreken won their final game in the group stage here.
Yeah, Rose put up one in the sixth, but then shook hands. So Team Verreken wins it 8-2.
Strong result there.
So we're down to the final match of the evening. This one, I don't know, PTSE really wanting to stretch this one out, really thinking about it.
Yeah.
They're not really stretching out. I mean, this is an important one. When I mean stretch it out is they want to continue. They don't want to fall behind. They want to try to score a big steal here. Curl this one inside just a little bit. They want the inside red, not the outside. It's going to chip off the outside red onto the inside. Pushes it back. Ooh, leaves some things jamming, but...
I don't mind the redstone kind of staying out there. It makes it harder to do some takeouts. Serves a bit of as a jamstone.
Yep. Can look at what they're looking at here.
So
I think what they're thinking is, from where I saw that Shatil put his broom, coming in here, possibly getting rid of both of these yellows, and then hoping that the shooter kind of squirts through a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to end up in a shot position. Feels a bit like this would still end up in a second shot position, but anyway, that is a call. I mean, what else do you do? There's no clear draw path, and just do nothing. Is accepting a steal of 3. That's also no option.
Yeah, I mean, even if they don't get the shot,
Ja, men du ser,
Giving
jeg
up a
kan si
steal of
Bulgarien,
one is
det
certainly a
kritisk.
whole lot better than giving up a
Jeg må
steal
ta
of
den i
three.
hvert fall
It's,
Definitely.
you know,
mer is.
3 ties the match.
Jeg spiller 10-5, tror jeg.
And then PTSE doesn't have to worry about trying to steal their way in to steal the match away. They
Ja,
can
men jeg kan ikke spille
even it
samme
up. They
fart.
can give back the
kommer jeg ikke på
hammer, but
nesa.
then they'd have a
Nei,
chance to have the
kommer jeg ikke på
hammer
innsida.
again in the in another end. So this is a very important stone for Bjørke.
Yeah, and let's see if there is kind of a bonus point in there. I'm kind of already taking into account the steal of 1, but there is a potential bonus. Even 2 would be huge, just in 2 ends going from 6-0 to 6-5.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want to give too much momentum to PTSE. But I think even a steal of 1 gives them quite a bit of momentum.
Yeah, 2 points, that's doable. I mean, if you have a 6-0 lead halfway the game, you don't want to end up in a situation where in the last 2 ends every stone starts to matter and you're out of tolerance to make mistakes. Are we in for the comeback of the tournament, John?
Here it comes. This one feels like it's only going to catch on the 1.
And that's a steal of 2. Steal of 2.
Steal of 2.
And a huge steal of 2. For a minute there, I thought the Yellowstone would stop and serve as a 3rd point, but no, a steal of 2. And nobody had a score of 5. But 6-5, and the Hungarian boys are back. They are on fire. They're hyped. They're pumped, and they smell fear and blood. They just wanna.
Wait a minute. Oops, I put the score on the wrong end. Sorry.
Yeah, they wanna come back, kind of do all they can to make this a close and exciting game.
What the heck happened here? All right, my scoreboard's a little messed up. We're gonna solve this. Nope, there's definitely not 8 people.
Oh yeah, I had a similar issue yesterday where the scoreboard was very glitchy and then stopped using it. I would think there's a
Sort
bug
this
in your
out.
thing.
3 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. We head into the 7th end.
The PTSE immediately opening where they have very nice center guards. The pressure is on. This is basically telling the Norwegians the relax time is over.
Yep.
Hop out of the relaxy taxi. We're gonna veggie until we win-win.
Cab.
Oh, relaxy cab.
No, well, it's the whole joke. It's
Yeah.
Ja, Herman! Herman! Horn! Horn! Fin linja, bare så langt vi får den, så langt vi får den. Dere
Get
får den
this
helt
one
ned, kom igjen,
around,
gutter.
wants to
Dra
get
den,
it
dra
all
den,
the
dra
way
den,
into
dra
the
den.
house.
Helt ned. Så langt vi får den. Kom igjen, litt til, bare gå. Jobb. Ok.
Yub. Absolutely.
No corner guards here. Just a straightforward aggressive.
Coming into the house, yep. Deciding that's what we want.
Yeah, even scoring 1 point maybe is not super great, but then they would still go into the last end with a 2-point lead. That's something they could defend. Yeah, I think Bjørke will want to score 2.
Ultra széles.
This one is wide. Feels a bit on the heavy side. Trying to curl that in. No, I guess the ice has slowed down a bit. That one's going to come up light of the house, corner guard. Not really what they wanted there. They can work with it.
They can work with it, yeah. It's
Dra inn rundt hele pakketet her, da.
their mission is to steal, so any kind of guards
Eller hva?
could help them
Ta også
achieve
dra
that
rundt
goal.
på utsida av den, her. Liker du bedre det? Hva? Du... Nei, nå dro vi her. Da blir det liksom samme fart og sånn. Du var is her, var ganske litt tight kanskje. Noe sånn. Ja, hold deg, Liven. Det er litt treigere. Ja, Herman. Hard!
Mark this one down, screaming like a madman to get the sweepers to do their jobs. This one's going to be around wide. Now is it going to tuck in behind?
Bra var.
Gorgeous. Yes, this is very, very nice, as an average American would say.
I'm anything but average. Below average. Subpar even.
Várj, széles kicsit! Kívülről! Belülről! Milán! Kell a ház!
Previous red is behind the tee, so they're trying to get on top of it. This one coming up a bit light. This one stay out a little bit so they could maybe use it, but unfortunately just a little bit light, curls over a little bit too much.
Ja, for du har aldri lyst til å ta gardene. Nei. Tror vi bare driter i det, drar rundt hele. Det er vanskelig her ute, Lasse. Jeg vet ikke isen og sånn.
Looks a lot better for the Hungarian team. It's still not an easy job to win because Bjørke here with a 1-point lead and the hammer. Every point they can add is something. Is a point.
Bra linje.
The Hungarians need to score on top of the extra point. They need to close the gap.
Okay.
Staying wide, not really curling. A little bit heavier than they would have liked. That is going to come back at the 12-foot with a little bit of help of Lorink.
Vagy esetleg megpróbálod itt a kettő között? Igen, viszont így tudunk sátkövet dobni. Ami szerintem nem lenne rossz. Ja. Hetes. Fordulnia kell. Hát rajta van a gárdon. Azt.
Doesn't really help them that much.
Ha be tudunk oda varázsolni egy.
Not really.
Og så tette hullet her? Nei. Hvorfor det? Skal vi ikke dra hit da?
Yeah, I feel like they're just gonna come draw into the gap, make sure they are staying in front of the D-line, and then it's gonna be difficult for PTSE Men to find a way to steal here.
Hæ? Jeg er ikke så glad i tett. Jeg må jo ha noe, ikke sant? Vil at du drar hit, ja.
Like a draw somewhere in the 8-foot that also kind of takes out the run back over yellow corner guard. Could be a nice draw.
Bra satt. Hold litt ute. Ja, Herman! Hard, Herman! Hard!
Working this one hard.
Ja.
Okay, go real hard here. Going towards the yellow guards.
Gonna over curl, leaves that gap open.
Yeah. And an option here again for Hungarian men
Hetes.
to do their draw.
I guess technically the gap is narrower, just not really that much.
No, not in a way. They would have to rethink their call or rethink where to put the broom here.
Oh, hey, bőven! Hey, bőven!
Feels like this is heavy.
Yep. It's gonna start moving.
Small
Good for
chip.
that
could
chip.
grow.
Pöcs.
Did that
Yeah,
just
whoa.
took like a huge turn?
No, it chipped off the Yellowstone and then came back right in. Did you notice that little chip?
I thought they were gonna miss the chip, and
No, yeah, it chipped, but just like a small subtle kiss, and then it just went straight to the shot stone. So
I really thought, oh, that's gonna miss, and then you flip the camera angle, and then was like, wait, how did that move
Det er
like
mulig å
that?
komme her, da.
yeah, that was just an extremely lucky chip, unless that was intentional. But do they know they're on camera?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Felt like
Well, they might now. They were looking through at the screen.
Oh yeah.
Now they do.
We'll know soon enough if they turn around. Let's see if we can.
Ja, men hva tenker du da, hvis du skyter?
Yeah,
hvis du
they
skyter
know.
den
They
der,
know
da
for
er du
sure.
foran
Yeah,
den.
they looked.
They know for
Da blir
sure.
den der kanskje åpen.
We're gonna watch that back.
Tror det. Må skyte med den. Skyte med den, på den. Får du bort de.
Oh, it's giving a minute to think they're not on camera anymore, and then 1, 2, 3, boom.
But see, they're looking up at the far camera, but that's the opposite end of the TV, so they won't even notice that they're on camera.
Nei, jeg liker bedre å ta det og prøve å få
And to
meg
be
ned.
honest, when I'm out on the ice, I don't notice where the cameras are actually pointing. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
you
easy to see. It's not very obvious.
Now they're not aware.
Og sånn,
All of a sudden,
utover.
we can catch them
So-
from this side. Catch them off guard. Back to curling. Well, we have to fill our
We need
time.
to entertain ourselves a little bit
Extra
between
off
shots
med det.
too, you know.
Hva?
Yeah, because this took a while again to,
This is- yeah, this-
to take a
this-
decision.
Decision is taking quite a long time.
Herre. Ligger fint. Ja. Nei.
Throwing some weight at it, trying to move things around. Tick, 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 tick.
Sånn, ja.
Yeah.
And
They definitely moved stuff around, but that yellow shot stone is sitting pretty well protected there.
yeah,
Red stone behind it, red
a
stone in front of
whole
it.
lot less
Viaszon
granite
megáll,
sitting in the
Péter is
middle,
oké.
causing problems.
Igazából kettőre nem fogunk állni, de majd esetleg meg lehet tolni. 6B a rövidebb. Jó, akkor hozhatod. Irány jó. 6-os kell. Milán. Oh,
Trying to get this one around
Oh.
the reds. Looks okay.
Milán.
I want to get
You
the
got it?
curl
Looked at
a
the
little
card.
bit light,
Got it.
unfortunately.
I think
Maybe they wanted it slightly deeper. Is that stone
Yeah,
that's
a
usable
little bit
for
of a
Team
kick.
Bjørke?
A little bit of a kick on the guard there. Moving it back into place. Sorry, Pim, didn't mean to cut you off. Fortunately for PTSE, that stone kind of stopped in the open. Is there a run back possibility with it?
Ja, det er jo jævlig mye vanskelige greier, men Du kan jo uansett du kan ta den nå, ikke sant? Og så får man på en måte
Men-
noen flere alternativer.
Let's look at the overhead here.
Ja,
I mean, that yellow was
Det er
locked
akkurat
in.
samme sted, da.
That's
But-
definitely locked in, yeah.
Ja, det er mener jeg, så det er...
Running.
Nei, det
I
er
feel like they have to remove the red guards to have a better angle at yellow, but then there's
samme sted. Du satt den jævlig
another
bra.
red one in front of it, so
Yeah, so
kind of
yeah.
put some weight on that and see if they can remove those red stones right there, because they
it's-
need the angle on yellow to get it out.
it's that top red that's really causing Bjørke some problems right now. So that's the thing. They're gonna run it back, but maybe even at an angle, a miss would be fine as long as they get rid of it.
As good as it looked about an hour ago, it's getting tight for Team Bjørke to get a victory. I was feeling pretty comfortable with my prediction during the foreign break. But now I'm
Over!
not that comfortable anymore.
So sweet. This one's gonna be just a bit off. Slides over the yellow, but I think the important job was getting rid of that guard. They didn't need it. It doesn't help
Hát az
them.
ugye egy
Yeah.
biztos akkor.
They had 3 more stones, so they had to
Vagy
kind of use
megpróbáljuk
it.
ezt ide
There was
tolni.
no other option if they want to get rid of that yellow.
Igen. Ah,
Again,
gárdoljuk
steal of
csak
one is still not the worst. Going into the tile with the hammer is
Ah.
still
Tagád.
in the advantage of
Szűkebbet,
the Norwegian
szűkebbet.
team,
Yep.
Bjørke. Yeah, you don't want to kind of fight all the way to the last stone,
Most már
knowing that you
lassan.
had this 6-point lead at some point.
Hát,
Yep. Keep hitting my microphone with my hand. Sorry, chat.
Csere!
Wanting to
Végig,
guard
Milan.
this up. Something high.
Végig Milán, alakul
on
az
that
irány, de
center
végig.
line.
Muszáj végig, nem kell nézni, menjél.
And this needs to curl enough to kind of cover part of the red guards. And it does, I
I think
think.
that's great.
Yes.
That's really well positioned. Kind of forces that red off at an angle, which would miss. Would miss the yellow back there, so
Ja. Så Kjetil-pil da, her. Nei, outhanden er tryggere. Det var her jeg runna i stad. Hva? Så is på senterlinja da, eller?
And Bjørke
Kanskje litt
needs a
mer.
bit of time to check the angles,
Ja.
check where to hit the stone. They are very aware of the importance of the situation here. I
yes.
think they're not just kind of leaning backwards and throwing stones as if this was training. Although, yeah, the stakes of this game is basically just the time of your alarm clocks.
Yeah, exactly. Who has to wake up early tomorrow?
Yeah, but yeah, you can know that's up front, and you'll know that straight after the game. But if you're in a game, you just want to win, and you're in this game mode, this competition mode, where winning is all that matters.
The angle. Oh, it catches that yellow
no!
over there underneath. Doesn't change a whole lot, but
Ah, ok.
Yeah, I think for the
Ja,
Hungarians,
szerintem gárdoljuk.
it's basically setting up the same guard. Should be a
Hát az a baj, hogy
clear
hát max még egy ilyet
decision.
lehet megpróbálni, de nem tudom, hogy annak van-e értelme.
where to put the
Szerintem
broom.
rakjunk
That's
csak egy
essential
gárdot ide
here.
elé. Aztán
They need to still protect the red stone. A run back on the
Hold
reds with the right angle could still
Dobjuk
clear
ugyanazt, mint
their
az
yellow
előbb.
stone here.
Hogy
But everybody
Most
who has been
esetleg
watching
kisebb
this game on
vagyok,
the
de
stream until now,
egyébként
bearing
hármas
with
siker
us,
is
they
szépen,
might
jó.
get rewarded
Jó, igen.
with this type of
Igen, tudom.
comeback. And
Yeah.
tomorrow, some people wake up calling each other, "Hey, did you watch the game last night? What a crazy game that was!" And everybody kind of tuning out after 6-0 will be like, "Huh, what is he talking about? Are we
Yeah.
talking about the same game?" One of the most famous comebacks we had so far in the World Curling Tour event was in our first edition, Hertman against Verreken. But Verreken had a 5-point lead and Hertman ended up winning that game. Was in the knockouts.
Akkor semmi, akkor semmi.
This one might over curl.
Ha, jó, túlfordult.
Oh, yeah. Over
Jeg
curl
tror
there.
egentlig vi står så på den, for det
Curls a
er,
bit.
det er jo liten risiko
But then
der.
again, in order to get rid of yellow,
veldig
you
stor
need
gevinst.
enough weight, and in order to have enough weights, you
Ja, nei, det er det jeg sier, det er ingen risiko.
it's hard to get a good angle on red, kind of get past the guard, find the right angle on red, and still have the weight to tap yellow back. So it's not an easy one.
Hjelp meg litt.
There's really.
There's no
I
way
mean, I
to
guess there's a microscopic chance for a draw into the pin. It's technically not covering the pin, but yeah, that is.
Ja, det er ikke det for
I mean, you're
Yeah.
talking so little.
over nesa.
That's
Uh,
really, looking at a different angle here, running in that corner
Yeah,
corner guard.
coming in
That's
like
just
that.
I
don't
running
mind
in,
that,
Catching
may-
it off the edge.
Angles look a bit bitter there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Samme fart som nå.
Yeah, I think that's the
Yes.
right call. I don't see any other options so far. So if they just
Okay.
run it straight and it hits yellow, yellow will go out. Then the question is which stone will end up in a shot position.
All right, chat. One more stone until the poll closes. So if you haven't voted, get your vote in.
Important. And if you voted too soon and you ruled out the Hungarian team, well,
Ganske rett der, eller?
Well,
sorry.
Hungarians have the advantage right now.
Yeah, they have a
So
skal
all
høre
you
på hva jeg i dag, da.
bandwagoners who want to jump on the leaders,
Der.
if Bjørke
Ja.
makes this, I bet there's going to be
Litt mer.
a sudden
Litt mer.
influx onto Team Bjørke for the win.
yeah.
Lite grann. Nei da, sånn, der.
I do feel like it's misleading that I put a tie in there because we can't tie in these matches. They go
Yeah.
they go to extra end.
That's just the honeypot trying to rule out people who don't know the rules.
Well, but in our normal
Yeah, in the
league
normal
we
it works.
play
Yeah.
with ties, so
Let's
this
see how
one
this works.
coming down,
Nope.
it's just unfortunately on the nose, so that is going to be a steal of 1.
A huge steal of 1, we might say, and the game ties up 6-6. Hungarians, they really figured out a way to
Okay.
come back super strong after the break. Didn't know what they have been eating during the break, but I kind of want to know the name of that restaurant. Yeah, but who could have expected this an hour ago? I for sure did not.
No, absolutely not. We are closing the poll. That is official. Your vote is locked in, although I guess once you click vote, your vote locks in.
Yep. Yeah, now the other teams sitting here at the canteen, they can watch how this plays out. We have Team Verreken and Team Ross broom stacking. Team Ross, they finished the tournament. Team Verreken, they have to be fit tomorrow for their semi-final against Team Haninen. And these two teams, they still have to decide who is getting the 5th place game or the 7th place game.
8th end, PTSE, Bjørke tied 6 apiece. Bjørke has the hammer. 1 point held a 6-0 lead, but PTSE has fought back. They're going to try to steal this match all the way in.
And they need a good center guard as a first pin on the board. And there it is.
It is.
This is
Can't
immediately
place that any better.
no. And then the previous end, Bjørke decided not to go for corner guards, but to come around, claim
Eller
the
du går
pin.
andre veien.
Are they going to do the same thing, or
Yeah,
do they
and
want to keep things open right now?
They came around this other side before, and that right side, and things stayed straight. So now they realize, hey, let's try this other side. We can at least curl a little bit more. So I think they still want to come into the house.
Rass opp.
I'm already looking forward to the post-game interview because whoever wins is going to bring an interesting story.
Yeah.
Så langt vi får den da. Kom igjen. Her, dere har den inn. Kom igjen. Litt til, litt til, litt til, litt til. Helt ned. Helt inn.
And not
Got
heavy
that.
enough to find the draw here. Ice is probably slowing down a bit deep in the final stages of the game, final stages of the day. We started this morning at 8:30, John. Now it is 9:30, past 9:30 in the evening. We have not seen any ray of sunlight, but so does the rest of Belgium, because in the winter that's normal here.
Technically, I did leave the venue for about 20 minutes to help my wife get her car, but other than that, no. And it wasn't sunny outside.
Yeah. Vitamin D levels are dropping below critical points.
Trying to curl this one over, setting up the high double guard. Get this on the center line. And
bit of
I
more.
think it just trickled onto it.
Du
Yeah, I
blir
think
en
it
til
is
her,
touching.
eller du går andre veien. Jeg tror det jeg liker her.
Does not
Kneppe
seem to
mindre
touch
inn.
from this side, but again, the camera is slightly angled. Think it is touching.
Litt mindre. Ok, jeg skjønner.
Such a hard job for Hungarian men. They know they had to
Dere
win
linje.
fifth end and then steal their way back to back all the
linje.
way through the eighth end, and not just by one
Cliff.
ender, but score
Se,
some big
mot,
enders there
mot,
as well.
Mot! Mot!
They
Å, å,
achieved
å, 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 det er fart der
and
nå.
accomplished every goal so far, but they need to finish it up. And
A little bit hard on the tap. That's going to roll through the back, or to the back of the house, excuse me.
yeah, not the best of stones for the lead of Team Bjørke. And now an opportunity here for the Hungarian team. If they manage to do a good draw, get it before T-line on the center line, behind center guard, then the pressure is enormous. And that would tip the advantage to the Hungarian team for the first time in this game. Plenty of room to curl. Feels heavy and wide to me.
A bit wide.
Can it chip off reds? Can it find a lucky chip like they had in the...
No, already
Previous.
curling enough. Trying to get it to curl more. I do feel like Lorink's
not the worst.
microphone might have died.
Yeah.
Just not hearing anything, any calls from him at all. So maybe gotten
Hva?
switched to mute, or batteries died.
Yeah.
Although
Or
they were fresh batteries, but you never know.
you never know. Maybe they are in the stage of the game where they want to use some language that is not fit for stream.
Just gonna start cleaning off these guards on front. Doesn't quite get the shooter to roll far enough away.
No, they kind of need a clearance with some peel weight, where they preferably take out two guards instead of just the one, because now we're in a situation where the Hungarians will put up guards and start defending their steal. They have a stone in the 4 foot. It is sitting behind the T-line, but it's sitting there, and it's shouting to Team Bjørke, hey, if you don't get rid of me, you're gonna doubt this for the rest of your lives. Or doubt it, not regret it.
Yeah.
Hungarians guarding and defending their last grasp of hope.
Finish this one, letting it curl over.
Like where it's sitting, wouldn't let it overcurl too much.
It's nice.
Sånn.
Very good card, and they made quite a couple of mistakes in the first half of the game, but they are playing so strong in the second half, and were rewarded with that one lucky fluke.
Herman!
But then again,
Whoa!
playing extremely strong.
Go, splits it open. No doubt that the shooter is going as well. That's the one thing you don't want to do is leave the shooter around.
Yep. Yeah, and another guard.
Right now for PTSE, their main job is just throwing up guards.
Front
forcing-
end did his job, yeah. Now it's up to the back end. This might overcurl, doesn't feel that heavy. We know these light stones tend to curl hard towards the end, especially if they are close to the center line.
Is
That's
going
the
to
case.
Just curl over a little
Yeah,
too
that's
much.
the case indeed. Felt
Also-
like this straight from the start, and a guard overcurling is an invite here
Det vi må
for
gjøre nå,
Team Bjørke to get rid of that dangerous
Flagstad.
yellow stone there. They have a shot.
10-5. Sånn.
They
Yeah,
consumed.
curious what kind of weight they're going to throw at it. They don't want this to roll too far away, but they want to make sure they control the curl.
11.
Yeah, I think they
Well-
also want to kind of nose it, because if they roll to the side, well, then still leaves an option for the Hungarians to draw, come around behind two guards, and if they manage to do so, then Bjørke would have a similar problem as they had so far. Oh yeah,
Wow! Ligger langt ute, jeg må køle masse.
Oh,
Ja,
seals
vi er ikke
wide.
på, vi er langt
this is
unna.
not the moment where Team Bjørke can make this type of mistakes, because this could be a very, very expensive mistake.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Is this the stress talking?
Was that a blink? He's not happy about that.
No, I can
stone.
imagine. I mean, it has been such a long game. You started out, the sun was shining, you were going towards a smooth victory, and all of a sudden, 6-6 again. You have this one good opportunity, and flashing a takeout like that could hurt them, could bite them in the back. And second attempt to throw the same guard for Raul here was a bit inside in the previous one.
To be a little bit wider. Doesn't necessarily need to be deeper.
Feels like a drawbait here to me.
Yeah, and they're sweeping it like they want it all the way down. Trying to get it buried. Did they make a mistake here getting it too deep? Ooh, a little bit of
Oh
a
yeah, with the Swedish
curl
curl,
back to the middle.
the double takeout is not easy. It kind of tucks away just enough to get rid of that angle. That makes a double takeout possible, and this is so aggressive, just
Ja.
putting a second one in there.
Yep, they're not waiting around to see
No,
if they
no.
can hold it on the seventh stone.
I like the boldness of the young
Ja.
Hungarians here.
Ta den. Jeg tror du klarer å ta begge.
Game is closing down on Team Bjørke. They need to deal with this. Two guards, two stones in the house. And we can see some laughs in the background. They can feel that all of a sudden they can kind of smell victory right now.
It's
Too close
looking
to
very
call.
good, but it's certainly not in the bag. All it takes is one lucky miss,
Sånn er det nok.
and
Det gjør ikke noe om du bare, altså, hvis du bare får flyttet på dem, så er jo det
both those
flyttet
yellows
litt
can
på
be
dem,
out,
få den
and
litt
red
ut
could be
der.
sitting in a strong position. So
Yeah, and what's going through the mind of Herman here, knowing he flashed the takeout just before, knowing this cannot happen again.
Med køl. Med køl.
Starts to
Get
curl.
this to curl over a little bit. I think it's going to catch a little bit too much on the side.
Yeah,
Rolls
like I said
over.
earlier, the way it was nicely tucked was super hard to find an angle to get that double takeout, and that was a very, very good attempt. Close around the guards, hitting it as close as possible to the nose, but just very hard. And I think same situation as before. Team PTSE Men is going to draw around their center guards, and I think that's the good call because the shot stone is behind T-line. But just imagine if they can draw behind the double guard and
yeah, they're
kind
going to
of-
look to try to come in here, but they
Yeah.
said even if it ends up there.
yeah, but the 4 foot is super nice.
Yeah.
And everything short of that is workable, and it's everything on that line is workable, and you can discuss with the sweeper. So good options here. but
Light is the preferred miss, but not too light.
no. Skip time. Skips will decide whether they can carry this or not. And no huge line calls so far. Looks good. It's all about the weight. Has plenty of space to curl. Feels a bit heavy, although they start sweep, calling it off here. Not going to get deep enough, so they're just going for a similar
Is this a mistake
stone.
going too deep because it's not going to get quite the curl over? It's tiny.
Yeah, they were doubting a
curl.
bit. They were doubting a bit, and maybe they should have swept sooner to really get it behind the guards. It's slightly more exposed, and I think it is leaving an option here for the double, which was not the case the stone
Yeah.
before. But now, yeah, they were kind of leaning. And
I honestly think they should have left that lighter. I think that was the preferred miss. I don't really care about those two on the other side. You
Yeah.
don't need to get inside of it.
I think there's an argument for both. I mean, if you can leave it lighter, you always leave it double. But if you can just sweep it a touch deeper, you have a similar situation like before, and that's stronger to me. So I think if they figured out like, okay, this is going to be 8 foot weights, maybe 4 foot weight, then they should have tried and sweep it and bury it behind the 2 guards. But yeah, seems so easy to be
Oh, it's
Captain
easy to say it
Hindsight.
from here. Yes, I mean, it's
Captain Hindsight is always right, but we don't have to throw these stones. But whatever happens, even with the double takeouts, chances are the Hungarian team will have an option to still draw behind the guards. So, although I'll have to wait and see first. Either way, Kettle knows this is still an important stone. No more room for errors anymore. Needs to hit. Bit tolerance is outside instead of inside.
wide. Trying to curl that over. That's going to be on the outside part of the nose.
Ouch.
Just a little bit too much.
A
Couldn't
little
get the
bit.
curl that they needed.
Yeah.
And another opportunity for PTSE to try to salt this win. Try to steal this.
Yeah, I think one
Win.
good draw right there in the front and the top four, or freeze up against yellow. Both options will bring the victory very close to PTSE Men. And the good thing is he basically can throw the exact same stone he threw before. So kind of finding that same stone here. And we have a comment from Christopher Markren saying, hats off for the broadcast, nice camera management and enjoyable commentary. TSN has to feel you guys breathing down their necks. Oh yeah, for sure. TSN
That is
Eurosports. They
far too kind of you.
Yeah.
We appreciate the kind words. We try our best here. And that is some very high praise. I appreciate that a lot.
All right.
So, last stone for PTSE, trying to steal the match. Just needs this one to settle down and cover up any kind of line at that, any draw line or takeout. Needs to curl over.
And this is a good guard
There
here.
it goes. Oh, that's a fantastic stone. I'm going
Yeah.
to use that word. I don't care.
Yeah, but then again, John, remember what I said earlier? the guard leaves a double takeout option with a nose hit takeout.
Yep.
Bjørke, they have redstones in the house, whereas a draw would have been the better option here. So, in my opinion, this was too short.
I think the draw was the intention. It's
Yeah.
just that it came up a little bit light.
Yeah, but then again, they didn't sweep. So
That's just maybe they did want the guard.
if they wanted to draw and they felt like this was light, I think they would have swept it. There was no sweeping, so I think they settled for a guard.
Shatil is not happy that this match has come down to this last stone like this.
Oh, but we are.
I mean, we're ecstatic. This is the best thing for us.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
it's-
we love these matches. And I feel bad for all the people that tuned out after it was 6-0 through 4, and just watching these young Hungarian men come through and fight their way back into it and force this
Yeah,
last.
at this point, if the Hungarian team win, John, you will have the right prediction, the exact right counter pick, and honestly, I wouldn't care. I think the Hungarians deserve this victory after the way they fought back. This
Yeah, I think even if Bjørke manages to pull this one out, you know they're going to be thinking like, "Oh, that should not have come down to that."
Oh,
They're
no.
not going to feel. They're going to feel more relief than happiness, I think.
Oh yeah, and
Well, Krister, you should follow us over on Kurnia TV. We're on that's our normal channel. We're just here on the World Curling Tour for the Belgian Challenger, but we bring you the Belgian League, which, despite its misnomer, it's incorrectly named because we play all of our matches in Belgium, but we have teams from 8 different countries, from all over, 32 teams, and we ourselves as Kurnia, we are trying to get more curling in broadcast in Europe. We love doing this stuff.
could be super cool if we did the Nordic curling tour at some point.
That would be nice. So if you're out there, Nordic curling tour, give us a buzz. We want to talk. We've done tournaments down in Austria. We've done several tournaments here in Belgium. We've done the Belgian Curling League. We're the official media partner of the Belgian Curling Federation.
Or even better, go to the European B Division Championships and bring the broadcast there. That would be awesome too.
Yeah. WCF, if you're watching and you're listening, give us a call.
This is inside, John.
This is going to be
this
inside,
is
and it's going to roll over, and it gets another chip off something, but it goes through, and wow, what a finish. We're sitting there plugging ourselves while this shot's coming down, and PTSE manages to steal their way into a victory.
And a big round of applause here in the venue. They get hands down from Team Verreken and everybody in here, because I mean, I am impressed. Everybody in here is expressed.
That was quite the comeback. And oops, I'm going to mute Shatil so he can commiserate in private. But that was an incredible finish. I mean, it really wasn't looking like it that way at one point, but. Amazing. We're going to try to get...
Yeah, they're waving at the fans. Tons and tons of people out here. Full packed arena. We're not going to show you anything of that. We're going to hide that. But let's go to the booth, because this is also...
Wow, what a finish. What a finish. There's no way anybody could have seen that coming. We didn't, for sure. As much as I'm happy with the result, I'm getting my pick point. But wow, that coming down to the final stone of the final end, it's just, after that start, was amazing. The Hungarian guys turned it around after the break, found their way, and stole this match. I mean, literally.
Yeah, literally, and... I mean, for all the people kind of bearing with us, watching the full game, you guys got rewarded, especially with that the last end there. You guys had everything you needed, and we are looking forward to the post-game interview. Skip is already here. We're super happy to come this fast. So let's see where the headphones are. You can wear the headphones, step back, and look into the camera. And as soon as you're ready, make sure he is unmuted, as I will switch over to the interview with Mr. and I'm going to call you Mr. Lorik Tatar, because after a performance like that, hats off.
Oh, thank you. Am I supposed to hear you?
You should
Yeah.
hear me. You should. If you don't hear him, then I'll
Yeah.
just repeat his questions. Oops! Now you just accidentally muted it. So press another button. There you go. Okay, so
All right.
yeah, we're having some technical issues with his microphone, so it's messing up. But
Okay.
what an incredible comeback! I mean, I can't imagine anybody expected this after the first 4 ends.
Me neither, if I'm completely honest with you. But yeah, like in the first half of the game, nothing seemed to work for us really. But then we just kind of hung in there, and we really tried our best to, make the best of this game and just to try to start making some shots, and then we did. And in the end, yeah, it was. And
Yeah, what else to
opponents
do than high five?
Yeah, it was insane comeback. Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean the fifth end was amazing, but then they even looked like in the sixth they had a chance to, okay, we're gonna put a couple more up there, but you guys got that stone in there, locked it in, and
Yeah,
got
about
away
that stone
with
locked
two.
in. Tell us about that lucky chip off.
Yeah, the little chip
yeah,
in. It's,
we were also looking at that. I mean, obviously it wasn't the first call, but it was always in our head. But we knew that, like with many stones, we are good with these, little taps and just these having many stones in play, and we just wanted to give them the hammer because nothing seemed to work for us. And then we were good with these, these little taps, and yeah.
That was great. I mean, honestly, I picked you in our little preseason
Oh,
Who Picks a Win. So
finally.
I was a little bit down after the first 4 ends. I'm pretty happy, though, you guys came back. Well, I had talked to a couple of the other teams that had played you, and they really tipped the way. They really liked the way you guys were playing. Despite the results not coming, they felt like
Yeah.
you guys had a lot of talent. So I kind of took the advice, went with it, and I'm really
so
happy I
you
did.
are also making a comeback on the
yeah,
guessing
now
game.
I'm in the lead.
Oh, this is
I
the
just-
big comeback stream right
Yep,
now.
I took the lead, so I'm happy for that. And I mean, this got to be a big relief for you guys to finish strong. And
Yeah,
you guys have
certainly.
played a great tournament. I think
Yeah.
just some results haven't gone your way,
Yeah,
but
like- Yesterday's game, which was also broadcasted, that was also like the first 4 ends of this one.
Yeah.
That was also rough, but then the first 2 games of today we played quite well. So we are just happy to finish on 2-2, and we are looking forward to tomorrow's game for the 5th place.
Yeah,
Yep,
because
yeah.
the prize you won is basically getting up a bit. Is it earlier or later?
you get
later.
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 Yeah.
We got double motivation for this, so yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. We'll let
I
you
have
go.
one more question.
Oh,
like,
one more question.
I don't know if you have rallied up a lot of fans in Hungary that might have been watching the stream, but if you have anything to say to your fans, family, people at your club, you can say it in Hungarian, kind of.
Hát reméljük, hogy kicsi izgalmat okoztunk a nézőknek otthon. Nem így terveztük, de örülünk, hogy végül nyertünk.
All right.
Right,
Well,
that was some very good Vegi, and on that note,
Yeah, exactly.
so thank you very much. Once we'll let you go and join your
Okay.
team, and
you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
back,
Back
to the
us.
booth. And yeah, I'm still a bit pumped. I feared it was going to be this kind of sleepy game, last game of a big group stage where it didn't matter that much, even after the 6. So typically, team could say, you know what, it has been a good tournament for us. Doesn't matter that much. Not those guys. They said, you know what, we're gonna fight back and we're gonna show them. They did, and I'm pretty happy with this.
Yeah.
On this note, we are also going to say, if you are hyped up and if you like this stream, this is not the last stream of the weekend. We have more tomorrow, because tomorrow is actually money time, semi-finals and final. We have Team Shu playing Westerberg on stream tomorrow morning, right after the gold final.
I'm hearing a lot of echo, so I'm going to turn this off. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, chat. Okay, there we go. So, yes, 2 streams tomorrow, semifinals. First one, Team Zhu against Team Westerberg. That's going to be on stream. Team Bjørke against Team Hungarian. A rematch of last year's final will be played on the sheet next to it. We'll keep you guys informed, but our focus will be on Team Zhu against Westerberg. The winner of those 2 matches meeting together here live on this channel, the World Curling Tour. It's not our normal channel, so I get it wrong all the time. I have yet to get one of them right. But we'll have the final here tomorrow around noon, 12:30
yeah.
Central European time. So you guys figure out what time that is where you're watching from and tune in. So with that, I think it's time for us to end this marathon day for us. This was 4 sessions, 13 plus hours. We have had a great time, but I am tired and would like to have a beer. So I'm going to say goodbye. I'm John. This is my partner, Pim. We are Curtia TV. See you next time.
Bye-bye.